Hello, my name is Lisett G, Amaya, and this is my truth, my weight loss story. I used to weigh 283 pounds at 19 years old. I was a full-time student and working part-time, and I no longer wanted to be overweight anymore. I was overweight for most of my life, till I was a baby, to like a kid, to like a teenager, to a young adult. I was overweight. I was nothing but fat, obese, you name it, I was it. I had a point in my life when I was 19 years old, I just didn't want to be overweight anymore. You're telling me I was overweight. My whole adolescent years, my whole teenage years spent overweight. I was tired of it. I was embarking on the cusp of being 20 years old. I didn't want to be overweight anymore. I started the process when I was 19 years old, or my oldest brother had gotten weight loss surgery previously, the last 4 years prior to me starting my journey. My weight was a cry for help, but I never got the help I got. He told me to call my insurance to see if I qualified because I'm 5'5", to give you a reference, weighing at 283 pounds at 19 years old. I called and they said I qualified, and then I had my consultation with Dr. Salome, the surgeon who performed the bariatric surgery, which the surgery I got was bariatric gastric sleeve surgery. They basically cut your stomach into a size of banana, but that's a whole process. It wasn't just like I waltzed into surgery and I'm ready to go. It's a whole process. I basically had to rewire my brain, my everything, my appetite, my lifestyle, my food choices, my clothes, everything changed. I started the process when I was 19. I started changing my diet slowly after I saw Dr. Salome and Betsy, the nutritionist at Virginia Hospital Center, and it didn't count for my surgery. That was just a consultation. But the month prior, July, was when it counted for my insurance. The whole 6-month process. I was slowly changing my diet. I was going to the gym almost every day, doing just cardio. I hate running. I will not run till this day. I did cardio. And it's funny because you think I would be running. I don't like running. I went on the treadmill and put it on incline 15, speed 2.5 to 3.0 for 30 minutes to an hour. I worked myself to 30 minutes and then to an hour. And I remember I was dripping with sweat. I knew it was gonna be worth it one day. I know this weight is gonna come off of me one day. And I did that. And then I slowly progressed to the elliptical, where it's like my whole body's moving, I'm using every part of my body, and like I remember dripping and being so satisfied because I'm working hard to get rid of this fat off my body. It's not like literally falling off of me, it's slowly shrinking in my body, in the way I can explain it. And so I did that process for 6 months. It's a 6-month process with my insurance. I had Aetna at the time, and they said I needed to do it for 6 months or seeing a doctor every month and seeing the nutritionist and Dr. Salome for 4 months. I wasn't ready to do that. I was still a student. I still had to work. It was a little too soon for me because I slowly wanted to lose weight, and I was just like fed up being overweight. I was just at an epiphany where I was like, I no longer want to be overweight anymore. I'm gonna be turning 20 and I'm tired of being plus size, feeling uncomfortable in my clothes, feeling almost like an abomination to others because in society, you like, not you, but like people are like fat phobic to people, where it's like, yes, I'm still human, but I'm unhappy with my body, but I still own up to it because it's not a secret I'm overweight. People see that like my arm is big, my thighs are big, every part of me is big, my presence is big, but I no longer wanted my identity to be centering around my weight. I was tired of that. I'm more than my weight. I'm smart, I'm educated, I'm hardworking, I'm more than just my body. And I was just at a point in my life where I just didn't want to be overweight anymore. It's tiring. I'm tired of being tired. I did that process, did cardio for about 6 months. I was weighing 283 pounds, and then when I had my surgery, I was 236. So I lost 47 pounds on my own, slowly weaning off of fast food, because fast food was my whole diet since I was a kid till like 19. That was my whole life, fast food. So as I slowly weaned off of fast food, I started, grocery shopping, getting into like other healthier food options and foods that were like tasty, that I never really thought were tasty. And as soon as I got my surgery, a 10-day liquid diet, and when I had my surgery, I was ready. I wasn't scared that Dr. Salome was gonna like a robot to perform the surgery. I'm ready to change my life for the better. I'm ready to get healthier, to have a tool in my body to remind me that I need a reminder, keep myself in shape, and so to say, keep my mind intact with having this tool in my body to help me not become overweight anymore. At the same time, surgery doesn't fix everything. Surgery is supposed to help you lose the weight, but But at the same time, I have done my homework as just like a student. I went to all the visits. I got a psychological evaluation because that's what you're supposed to do to fit the requirements of your surgery. I saw my doctor, got my blood work done, saw the surgeon, saw the nutritionist. I did everything I was supposed to do to get this surgery, and nothing was stopping me from getting this surgery. I was done. I was in a way breaking up with myself because I didn't want to be this way anymore. I wanted to get into a new relationship with myself, losing weight for myself. My whole weight loss journey wasn't to find a man or to please my parents. That was none of the reasons why. My reason to lose weight was for myself. I felt embarrassed going out in public when I was at my highest weight. I was ashamed. Being embarrassed going up a flight of stairs, feeling so winded and having to hide my breath, like it was embarrassing. And I did not want to do that anymore. I didn't want to be like that. I knew with my shape, how much I weighed. I knew it was going to take me 2 years to get to the point where I am right now. Right now, I weigh 143 pounds at 5'5". I no longer feel like a prisoner in my own body. Not to mention, when I got my surgery, I took a week off of work, but I still went to school. So I had surgery that Thursday and went back that Monday. I was not gonna miss class. I didn't want to stay at my house and rot and feel immobile. I was ready to go. I was doing like cardio. I was at the gym months before my surgery. So I had some like muscle, quote unquote, on my body to keep going. I went back to work that Friday and just made it work. I had these bills. I paid for the surgery by myself. Every little bill on my own. I was not gonna let my parents pay for this because I know they were gonna hold it against me because like I'm also Hispanic, and being like a Hispanic household, you know, sometimes food is comfort in a lot of ways. My family was the start of my avalanche, but I was no longer going to continue this avalanche. I was going to stop it because I don't want to continue living like this anymore. I had enough of myself, and I was tired of people identifying me as like the fat friend or no, the bigger one. She's nice, but she's big. And I'm like, I'm tired of being like anything but. I just want to be Lisett. Not to mention, when I was in high school, I owned up my body. I did not let my body define me for whatever reason. I did cheer, I did track. I wasn't a runner, I was a thrower. I didn't run. But even when I did cheer, I was ridiculed. People would talk about me, how big I was, how my arms jiggled, how my thighs were moving. People were embarrassed by me. I was an easy target to be made fun of. I was made fun of. I remember being 12 years old, weighing 260 pounds. And I remember walking out from the community center, and people in the same grade as me were walking out too. This guy in my grade, he said, "Oh, Lisett looks like she's pregnant, but with twins." And I remember everyone was laughing and I was in tears. That hurt me so much, and it still does, because even though it's been 10 years, that still hurts my feelings because my self-esteem is still bad. I'm still trying to grasp my self-esteem, still trying to get used to, you know, accepting the fact, you know, I'll always be big, but I didn't have any guidance. My weight was a cry for help. I wasn't quite ready to lose weight just yet. I needed help. I wasn't gonna get help from my parents. In fact, my parents kind of were against me getting surgery because, you know, they're like, why, you're so young, you know, you don't need help, and, you know, you're gonna, you know, get a boyfriend, you know, that's what you're gonna do. They were all so negative with me losing weight. I was upset because, you know, I was overweight. I was tired of this. I'm like, I don't want to be like this anymore. I'm tired of this because I was like almost like an embarrassment to my own family, especially being like Hispanic. People look at you, they're like, you know, it's cute when you're young, you know, when you're like about 5, but once you're at like of age in your mid-teens and like early adult years, it's not cute anymore. It's like, you need to fix that. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know how to. That's why I had to get help. That's why I got surgery. That's why I did all my homework and the process to lose weight, because I was holding myself back and I didn't want to be like that anymore. And I just didn't want to be overweight. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, this wasn't overnight. You can't just walk into surgery and like, this is easy. This was not easy. I had to fix everything in my life. You're telling me I have to change my lifestyle, what I'm eating, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, everything. Like the clothes that I'm wearing, the stuff that I'm doing. I couldn't even go to Forever 21 and get a dress because it just didn't look right. I was like an apple when I was overweight. Like broad shoulders, a big stomach, and thighs. Now my stomach is no longer the same. My stomach is a lot flatter than it once was. But you know, I still have loose skin. Like, that doesn't go. I knew that before surgery and after surgery, I'm gonna have loose skin. No matter how young I am, loose skin is gonna be the inevitable. It's like a stretched out sweater. Once it's stretched out, it's stretched. Unless you cut it and piece it together, that's the same with my body. Unless I get surgery to, you know, tighten the skin, because, you know, I did all that damage stretching out my skin at so young that, you know, I needed surgery. But at this point in my life, I'm just happy to be at a healthy weight in my height and to be healthy. healthy. I'm now more confident in myself. I'm more sure of myself. I'm no longer letting my weight define me for who I am. I'm being the Lisett I always wanted to be, but no longer using her weight as an identity. She's more than that. She's also a student and she's getting her stuff done. She's making it work. I now weigh 142 pounds. I no longer am overweight. Again, thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe.